want to talk about subscription orders and why it's been a game changer for our farm. So first of all, why do you want to use subscriptions? Well, a recurring customer, the hardest thing to do in a farm, most expensive thing to do in the farm is to create a customer, somebody that buys from you. It's very expensive. It takes a lot of time and effort to get somebody to be a follower, to actually give you their hard-earned money. A recurring customer will create positive cash flow, dependable cash flow in your farm business. This is essential because if they purchase again, you don't have to pay all that time, expense, money to acquire the customer. You've already acquired them, right? And so now we just need to get them to buy again. But also, your farm business always has money going out, right? You always have bills to pay. You have labor, you have processing, whatever it is, you always have bills going out of the farm, right? And so if you don't have money coming in consistently, reliably, every month, you don't have a business. I am so bullish on recurring revenue, subscription model that, I'm here to tell you, if you don't have recurring revenue, a subscription model that you can rely on, if you're just relying on one-off orders for online sales, you don't have a business, right? You're kind of praying that people are going to order from you. It's not sustainable, right? Relying on one-off sales and doing an online store works okay if you're a huge farm and you've got a giant following, you've been doing this for 20 years. It works okay if you are selling a very expensive product. So let's say you see a lot of people selling whole and half beef, right? Well, let's just look at an example. If you're selling a whole beef for $5,000, let's say, well, it's almost 100 times easier to get 2 customers to pay you $5,000 each, even though $5,000 sounds like a lot of money, because you only have to find 2 customers, right? It's way easier to find 2 customers to pay you $5,000 than it is to find 200 customers to pay you $50, right? It's way easier. So both of them equal $10,000 in sales, but to find 200 customers to pay you $50 for a $50 bundle of chicken, if you're not selling a whole beef, if you're raising pork, or you're raising vegetables or chicken, or you want to sell, maybe you raise beef, but you don't want to sell a whole and half cows because there's not enough profit margin on it. You want to sell cuts. Subscriptions are the way to do it. You need more than just a one-time sale. If I'm selling chicken or a box of chicken, right, and I make a one-time sale in my online store that's worth $50, well, that's great. I got $50, but it's going to be a lot of time and effort to get that customer. And they might purchase from me again in a couple months, right? But that's not sustainable. We need somebody that subscribes, buys from us every month. And I want to say real quick here, what this is not, what subscriptions, what I'm talking about are not, is subscribe and save button, right? That is not what I'm talking about here. A lot of people put that on their website, including myself. Save 10% if you subscribe and order this every month. That doesn't work. I tried it for many years. And that is not what I'm talking about here. This is a very different model, a very different platform that we're using that finally made this work. So if you have that, you can just forget about it. People, you might have a couple people buy it, but it's not enough of an enticing offer to get them to buy. All right, so the advantages of subscriptions for the farmer, I'm gonna outline those and then talk about the advantages for the customer are subscriptions work really well for products that are priced between $50 and maybe $300 or $400, right? You can even push it as far as $500, but usually those low to medium price ranges, $50 to $300 or $400 works really, really well. And this is where most of your farm products are going to be. And this is usually a bundle box. It's going to include multiple items. You can get premium pricing for your products because you don't have to sell them wholesale. You don't have to sell in bulk. You can sell by the cut. And if you've already done the value-added products exercise, you'll see how valuable selling by the cut is. But you can often get 7 times the amount of money for your products if you're selling by the piece or you're doing value-added products. So this works real well. Even if you are selling beef and you're selling wholes and halves and maybe quarters, you can still do that. But what if you have a backlog of ground beef that you're trying to sell? It's a great way to do it, a subscription. Or what if you have a whole bunch of premium cuts? This is a great way to do it, a subscription. And you can get top dollar for your products. The other advantage of the subscription is there's no shipping costs, right? When you're selling a half of beef and somebody's giving you $2,000, for example, it's not a big deal for you to pay $150 in overnight shipping to buy the box, the dry ice, the liners, and pay for the postage, right? It's not a big deal. You can float that cost. But when you're selling a $100 box, you can't afford to pay $50 for overnight shipping, right? It doesn't work. No one's going to pay that. And so you can offer shipping with subscriptions, but most of what we do and most of the farmers we work with do is they offer home delivery or pickup points. And you can customize that. When you do the subscription right, there's a very low cancellation. So and that's important piece is looking at recurring revenue. You want to keep people on the subscription, so you got to make it really good for them. And I'll talk about how to do that. You can set your subscription to be monthly or bi-weekly. It's up to you. Or weekly, some people even do. That's a little more logistics to manage, but it's nice to have that recurring revenue that you can count on, right? If you don't have recurring revenue, I said this before, if you don't have recurring revenue guaranteed in the bank on your farm, you don't have a business. I do once a month subscriptions. All my fulfillment, all my orders go out on one day. That means I have one busy day of unpacking orders, getting them together, delivering them to customers, and that's it. I'm done, right? And so you can do this by yourself. You don't have to hire anybody. We do hire delivery drivers to do that, outsource that, the delivery part. You can do this by yourself if you don't have a big team. It's very easy to manage when you have one day fulfillment, right? You don't have to fulfill orders every day or every other day, all week long, all month long. You just film in one day. Makes it super simple. This also means you can take a vacation, right? I'll talk about that. This is great for orders of $50 and up, like I mentioned. Another great advantage of the subscription model is you can get other farms and local businesses to help you promote it, and we'll talk about that in later videos, how to do that. It's not seasonal, right? It's not like a farmer's market where they close for the season. They close for the winter time. Or maybe you have a good week and then you have a bad week, and then this week you crushed it, but then next week's a holiday week and no one shows up to the farmer's market, and you got this revenue roller coaster. Subscriptions, money in the bank. Every month you're going to get paid, right? Get that repeat revenue. And it's year round. The nice thing is you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So think about if you're doing a lot of wholesale, maybe you have a couple of restaurants or big grocery stores that are carrying your products. If that store or that restaurant, and I've experienced this, we work at a lot of restaurants, but if they don't order, decided, hey, we don't want pork this month, we're going to do a big fish thing, then what do, right? You got all your eggs in that one basket. So instead, you're kind of spreading the wealth and having multiple customers. If you do a subscription, you can quit the farmer's market. You don't have to worry about farmers markets anymore. You don't have to worry about random phone calls, people calling you saying, hey, I want to pick up a dozen eggs. Can I come to your house right now at 10:30 at night? These kinds of things happen all the time, right? And you feel like obligated, you need to help that customer, and you go be at your house, and make sure you meet them and give them their $5 dozen eggs. It's such a waste of time. And so it gives you freedom. This is what it does. It gives you freedom. You can take a vacation, right? When was the last time you did that? If you're doing all your fulfillment on one day, you can take all your orders all month long, do your social media, do your promotion, advertise it, get these subscription orders, and then you only have to do fulfillment on one day. You can take a vacation, assuming you have somebody that can take care of the production side on the farm while you're gone. And just for the customer is it's customizable, right? So we set ours up to be very customizable. They can choose what they want in their box. It's very convenient. Many people want to support local farms where they can't get to the farmer's market. Maybe they got soccer practice on Saturday and they can't make it there. And so this is super convenient because they get it delivered to them. And people also don't really want to pay $50 in shipping costs just to support local, right? We set it up so customers can choose what they want in their box. And this relates to a very low cancellation rate. They get recurring deliveries of local food that they can count on month over month, and they don't have to go pay. So a lot of CSAs, if you've ever done vegetable CSA, they usually make you pay for the whole year up front, right? And that's a lot of payments. We typically will charge them month to month, so they can cancel anytime, they can pause it. They don't have to commit to 6 or 12 months of payments or orders and cancel anytime. They don't have to pay that all up front, and they can really support their local farmer, which they really want to do. And a side note here is you don't have to grow it all, right? So I mentioned we do partner with other farms, and so you can source it from other farms. Let's say you raise poultry and you want to give customers more options. You can partner with a produce farmer or a bread person or a pork person and offer those options in your box. And you're supporting local businesses. They're helping you promote it, and you guys are all winning. So how I learned this was I was relying on just those one-off orders on my online website, right, for many years, and it just wasn't doing anything. I had for many years, maybe just a couple $100 on my online store. Most of our sales were either wholesale or farmers markets. When I started the subscription thing, that's when things took off and became more reliable and stable. In the first 5 days of us launching our 10X subscription box, we did $30,000 in annual sales in the first 5 days. Just the first 5 days we launched this, introduced it. That was 10 times the amount of sales we had done in the previous 12 months combined with our online store. So this is a complete replacement game changer for our online store. We're only doing subscriptions. Like the online store, we don't need it. The subscriptions is where the bulk of our orders come from. And here's a screenshot of our orders over a few day period recently. And this doesn't just work for me. So we've set this up for many other farmers. Mike, we added his subscription box. We set up for him. And in one day, after we installed his subscription box, he added $1,600 in new subscription orders in one day. Could you imagine getting $1,600 in orders in one day? And that wasn't one order, right? His average order value was 50 to $100. Sounds like 20, 30 orders in one day. I mean, that's incredible. And that's going to be recurring revenue month over month. Here's a video. You can click on the link here if you want to see the video about that. If you want to get a copy of this document that I'm reading, just go to go.regenerativesuccess.net/subscriptions. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, just click the link in the description. Again, that web address is go.regenerativesuccess.net/subscriptions. And that will get you a link to where you can download this document and have it for yourself. So how can you do it? So I'm going to tell you how to do this, how to do the subscription, give you some examples here. It's always great to offer the option for a customer to save by subscribing, right? But you don't want to do a subscribe and save button, right? That doesn't work. So we want to encourage them that, hey, you're going to save some money. You're going to get, or what are the advantages of doing the subscription box? Is it they're saving money, or is it convenience? They're going to get delivered to their house. They're going to get fresh local products delivered. Whatever it is, we want to emphasize that, the value of the subscription plan, right? We offer different tiers. And so you can do bi-monthly or bi-weekly, whatever you want to do. We offer different plans. We usually do like all, medium, large, and the customers choose what they want and what is in each box. So we want to offer a subscription, and we can usually set up a funnel or landing page to do this. We don't have to do it in your online store. We'll build out a CSA, and we like to, or CSA or subscription box, include other farms. It's a great idea to offer exclusive products or discounts. So you can offer them seasonal products or one-time, limited edition. You can reserve premium products for the subscription, right? It's a great thing to do. We offer exclusive discounts and special promotions that are only for people on our subscription list, right? So we'll say, hey, we got some special sourdough muffins, and it's only for our subscription customers. We want to treat them the best because they're the highest value to our farm, our subscription customers. So we give them the best of the best, right? Or if we have a farm event, they get free tickets to like on-farm event or something like that, like on-farm dinner or something like that. Definitely want to make it easy if you're offering subscriptions. So allow them to manage their subscription, choose their options, pause, skip, or modify orders as needed. Make it user-friendly for them. We do a survey where they can fully customize or a form actually where they can skip a month and just let us know. We can make that a no in there, but we try to tell them, hey, don't make it a habit, right? Don't make it a habit that you're pausing or skipping, and we're okay. Let them choose their options. So this is the biggest thing. When I talk to customers, like when they did farm box subscriptions or CSAs in the past, why did they quit? And they told me the reason they would quit is because a lot of times when you do vegetable CSA, they're giving you whatever's in season, right? And so a lot of times they would get dumped 5 pounds of beets in their box, their CSA box for the week. What the heck am I going to do with 5 pounds of beets? I don't eat these. And so they were forced to accept whatever the farm gave them. And so we allow the customer to pick and choose what they want. They can pick what they want in the box. We don't just dump all our products on them. We give them our best, right? But on the flip side of this is we can adjust our boxes, our available options based on what I have in stock. So let's say I'm really heavy in chicken wings and thighs this month, right? I can put that in my subscription box, right? And you really kind of push that, maybe give them a good deal or something on them, and take off the breasts and legs because I'm short on those, right? And so I can take those off my subscription box this month. So I can adjust what's available to the customers. They know it's going to change slightly from month to month. So I can adjust what I have available to them in the subscription box based on what I have in inventory. So that helps me count some inventory too. Retention is everything. You want to offer incentives for subscribers to commit to longer subscription periods. If they do quarterly or annual, we'll give them a little bit of discount. We'll give them how-to guides, recipes, other digital bonuses and assets are great to help them stay with you. So giving them how-to guides on how to defrost meat or how to do this recipe and providing really good, clear communication support is important. We can offer upsells and cross-sells. So after they do the subscription box, hey, if you want to add additional items to it, here's the link. We'll also offer them different digital products and bonuses, such as unboxing videos, recipes, how to can vegetables, different things like that. But I wanted to show you our CSA model. So here's an example. We give them, write out what is in it on all the rules so they know what to expect. We set up a funnel, have an option where they can select their box, select their options. We have an order form, frequently asked questions section. And so we include all that on our our landing page. Your farm, they can select the box size, small, large. We have frequently asked questions, etc. What are the sizes? We have put reviews down here, and this is how we cut up the landing page. So this kind of example how it looks. We also set up all the stuff on the back end. And so they get sent a form like this where they can select what options they want in their box. So we set up everything on the back end, a ton of automations to make this thing tick. There's just a ton of stuff going on the back end to make this all work properly. And this is why your average e-commerce site platform can't do this, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on the back end, which our software, or 10x Farm Marketing software, specializes in these automations and this back end type stuff. But we set this all up for our clients. So in the description down below is a link to where you can get this video as well as this document. You can get it emailed to you. So go ahead and check out that link. If you like this video, consider subscribing, like it, share it with others that you think might benefit from it. And I'll see you in the next one.